Oh, I think we're live. Hey guys, can you hear me? Just let me know in the chat if you can hear this. No, kick this off. All right, awesome. Well, hey guys, welcome to the Brick Separator. And today is a special day because today is the fifth anniversary of my YouTube channel. So I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. But to celebrate, I've been working on this project here, and it's a video game. So this took me a little under a year. It's like 10 months to make. I worked on it quite a bit, just to kind of get it done a little quicker. But figured this was a good way to just kind of celebrate the anniversary, just kind of do this. And I just wanted to do it in general, make a game like this. But I figured, having this launch when the channel's anniversary was, I thought would be a fun little thing to do. So I'm just gonna do a playthrough here. And then you guys can just kind of follow along if you want. But so basically, you can play this right now. It's on a website called gd.games. You can see this at the bottom of the screen. And so they basically just have a bunch of browser type games on there, and they're all free. So that's you don't need an account or anything. It's just I think they just have like some ads, but that's really all it is. So without further ado, I'll just get into this. So this is the title screen here. So I'm going to try to provide some commentary throughout this. Just going through kind of my design decisions and just kind of that kind of stuff. Any other interesting facts I have to share. But so this is the title screen, and it's got kind of the backgrounds that scrolls. So that was something fun that I did here. I'll show you this first. This is like the file select screen. So this kind of changes depending on what profile you're on. So you got 6 different slots here, and they all do like separate. They track all your things separately. So 6 different save files. It doesn't technically save, like in terms of you can turn this off and then come back to it, but it will remember like what you did for when like a specific session. So that's kind of how it works. How does the audio sound to the audio bouncing? Can you hear me all right over the game, or is the game volume too loud? Also got a little delete button too in the upper right trash can to kind of reset your save file if you want. Game volume kind of low. Let's see. Does that change anything? I'm not really sure. Sounds good. I'll go with that for now, and then you can change if people think it's too low or whatever. So I got a settings menu here too. So a couple of these things at the top don't do anything yet. Um, just just kind of trickier stuff to implement. So I just haven't done that part yet. So the game's still kind of a work in progress. It's not finalized. Um, so some of the things you'll see in here might not be in the final version. Um, some stuff will probably get added to it, all that different stuff. Um, but here you can change the volume to be whatever, and that will just change it throughout the entire game. And this is your field of view, which changes how much you can see in the level. So that's always a good one if you want to see a little more. And this is on a computer that I made too. Everything in this game is like hand drawn. Drawn on my computer, but it looks like that kind of hand drawn aesthetic. So yeah, everything in the game you see was made like that. But we'll actually just kick this off and start a new game here. And this is going to throw us right in the tutorial. You pick the brick separator as your main profile. It's cool. It's kind of the main character here, so. Yeah, so I'm playing this with an Xbox controller right now, but it also works with keyboard controls, so that works too. But the Xbox controller, you get vibrations and that kind of stuff. And it just feels a little more natural if you're used to a controller. I believe I made this. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I'm really happy with how it's come out. And it's been fun. Been a fun little side project to do. Yeah, and this is a green brick collectible, so there's 25 of these in the game, and if you collect them all, you unlock a secret level. So it's kind of like a hard level, but it's like a secret level, so like if you get everything in the game. Kind of a last send-off there. So I have to be in tutorial or put in the world map here, and the world map is really big, so originally I had the world map just literally a bunch of levels in a straight line, and it was very linear in terms of we had to do one level to go the next level to go the next level like that. So I kind of changed it to this, which is just this massive kind of hub world area, and what's nice about this is I can go anywhere I want and do the levels in any order. So if I pull up the map here, you can see all these different levels in here. And all these levels you can do in any order you want. So there's 25 in here. So all sorts of different environments and different stuff. So I'm going to start by go over here first. So this is another thing too, the kind of power-ups here. So you can one to run fast, another to fly. Also one to hop. This one for it's kind of like to see more. So that's always a nice one if you just want to see more what's around you. These buildings too, you can also jump on and kind of walk across the roofs if you want. Not really any point to doing this, but just kind of a fun way to interact with the environment. We're just gonna come on here, and then this is the first level that I made over here. So you have waterfall. No, so stud field. So this is the first level I did. In every level, I try to kind of give a bit of like a pun to it, a bit of a fun name, because obviously this game is inspired kind of by Lego with kind of the aesthetic and that kind of brick built style. So I kind of used a lot of references slash puns in the level names. Start this off. Grab the first green brick, which is hidden right there. The mud will actually slow you down when you walk over it. Cow. I see too some references to my YouTube channel. So very popular video of me was on this channel was the Lego Mario videos, where he's like goes, "I'm a tire," and I made it into an actual tire. So that's the Luigi one right there. But there's another place in the game you can find the Mario one. So maybe keep an eye out for that throughout the stream. See if you can spot it. Next one here is the Brickwood Forest. This is the second level I made. This is still one of my favorite ones, even after all the ones I've made since then. So Just a really, really neat one. Just like the aesthetics a lot. This is one too you can which you should be able to. You can kind of climb the tall separator here, climb his back. There's a lot of different ways to get up to the top. Like you could just take this path up. You could have just jump on these rocks here. So it's kind of a lot of places where there's different paths to get to the end. And they all lead to the same place, but just kind of a fun little way to mix it up a bit. Love all the references in the background. That was a fun to include. I want to include a lot more, but you know, it's just kind of takes time to do all that, and you know, I can add a lot of that stuff later. It's a bit of a weird one. It's like this invisible ground that I can't figure out why it's there, but that's one of the examples of you know, it's not fully finished. A few bugs here and there. But overall, it's pretty good compared to what it was. It's a tall separator at the end. So taking a look back at the map, we'll see on the top we have the tracks, the levels completed, and then the green bricks that we've done. So the tutorial doesn't actually count as a level, so that's why it's 2 levels and 3 green bricks. So that's kind of why that's what it is. But there's a green brick in the tutorial which did count towards the 25 there. There's also at the bottom of the screen you'll see controls. Just kind of a reminder if you forget what some buttons do. That's just a quick little reminder for you. So we'll head to the next level over here, which is Forest Run. So this is the first of an auto run levels that I have. So see, this is very similar to just kind of an auto run type of thing. So you can't really change your movement, which way you go, or your speed, but you just kind of gotta avoid obstacles in the meantime. It's a green brick. So this is another example of the 2 paths you can go. You can go up, or you can just go horizontal. Kind of zigzag your way up the mountain. Both ways get you to the same spot, but just little different ways of going there. Mix it up. Round, wasn't it? Like in there. Over here, get the green brick. Use these rocks to kind of climb up. You can collect Lego bricks. What do? Yeah, so the green ones, they unlock a level if you get all of them. So there's 25, 1 for each level. They unlock just a secret level at the end if you get them all. The yellow ones don't really do anything right now. They're more just to increase your score, which is kind of meaningless, but it just gives a little bit more something to interest in the levels. But, yeah, I actually am thinking of maybe tying that into a like an outfits shop. So maybe get the yellow bricks and use those to kind of buy different outfits. So maybe for the the snow level, you have like hiking gear, like snow gear type of stuff. So doing things like that, I thought might be a cool use for it. But that'll be a lot of work to implement, so won't be something I have available now. This one here, slippery slide. You need to make a Santa one. Oops. So you get for looking at the chat for a minute. Yeah, that is a good idea, make Santa. It'd be a cool outfit. So you see there, that's a little bit of a fake out of getting to the goal. You're not actually at the goal yet. Oops. Looked at the chat again. One that looks like the final boss. Yeah, that'd be cool. So it'd be like you play as him. That'd be very cool. A little bit of elevator here to get us out. And the green brick this time is up on the mountain. Oops, almost fell back down there. And so this, if you look, we actually just, that's where we fell on the left, and we just kind of went under and came around from the other side. So there's actually a button here, and if you hold it down, we'll zoom out. So when you're in the level, this is the same button that for the world map, to open up the map. This same button in the level just gets a little bit of zoom out there. So this does help a little thing to see some more. Congrats, thank you very much. Fly up here. This is the skiing level. So this is one that I thought was really fun to make. Get the mountains again in the background. You actually jump over those enemies instead of just throwing the bricks at them. That's another way to dodge them. So I'll try it right now. Oh, missed it. You gotta time it just right and they have to be going the right direction. This level looks awesome, thank you. Played about half the game and this is your favorite level? That's awesome. It's definitely a pretty cool one. I like it a lot. Be curious to hear what some people's favorite levels are too. Hear more of that. This is the Bambrick Forest. Kind of play on bamboo. You got the pandas there. And they blink too if you look closely. you look on the upper left next to your life counter, there's actually a little thing that shows the green brick. So if you don't have the green brick, it will not be colored in, kind of be that transparent color. And then when I collect it, it just kind of fills that transparency up. Natives. Breezy Block Hills is the next one. Your map is glitched? I don't know. It can be a little buggy sometimes. And those red arrows just kind of guide you in the right direction. Especially on these types of levels where it's kind of, when you go back and forth, found it was a little bit complicated to kind of know which direction it goes, so it just kind of redirect you. So that's the edge of the map over here. So I'm gonna go, I think, all the way over to the desert on the far left, get those levels done. So this will give you a sense of just how big this map is, even when I travel across it fast using the quick separator here. Like the music? Thanks! The music is actually, it's all like royalty-free music. So it's all like just public domain stuff, but I feel like I was able to find some pretty good tracks to use in the game. So watch out for quicksand. Walk by that kind of quick if you missed it. So this is a fun little secret. If you accidentally fall through here, there's actually a green brick, a little underground area. Go across the top, or if I want, I can just continue across the bottom. Either way works. Like how the blue bricks shoot left and the red bricks shoot right. Yeah, so that was something I was trying to do. So I did originally want them to be just any color and just random. So I could be throwing a red brick, then a blue brick, then a yellow brick, and green, and just kind of cycle through. But it ended up just being kind of tricky to figure out how to do it. So instead, I just opted to have one for each direction, one color. So never one of those auto run levels. This time you got the ceiling falling in on you. like the auto run levels? Good. Yeah, so that level there is interesting. So I originally had an idea for do like a pyramid level before this, where you kind of go through a pyramid and there's all these puzzles and stuff that you have to solve to progress. But then I made this level first, the where like the ceiling kind of collapsed. So this is like would have been inside that pyramid level, where it's just kind of collapsing after you've already gone through it. So there's a little bit of a missing level in there, but maybe something I add still at some point to kind of complete that, or maybe even combine the two ideas into one. Simple to kind of wrap my mind around. That's kind of why I chose the game engine here, because I didn't really have a lot of experience in that. I want to make it easier on myself. And the other thing you'll see here is so the sky kind of changes as you go up. So it's kind of blue clouds down towards the bottom. And as you go up, it transitions to space. So that was kind of a fun little thing that I was able to include. I enjoy that background a lot. Candy Brick Woods. Stream might be lagging and cutting out sometimes. That's interesting. Let's see if I have an extra stream going on a different screen, so I'll turn that off and see if that makes a difference. This one's hiding over here in the mud. Chocolate Block Falls. So I tried to do kind of 2 levels for each environment type. A couple ones where there's more than that, like the snow, there's 3, I think. But in general, I try to have at least 2 for each environment. Stream still lagging at all on your end? Can you see that? So there might be something I can try. This is a pretty cool level if you zoom out. Kind of see the mountain. Sometimes it lags and then cuts. It only happened maybe 3 or 4 times. Alright, let's go if it's not a lot. I am streaming this in full 1080p, so that could be what's causing the problem. Let me see if beat this level and then I'll see if it's something I can look at. Also be the game that's a little laggy right now too. Might not necessarily be a stream thing. Let me check. See if that's something I can do. Sound effects I picked up are really great. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. Try this. I don't know if it will make a difference or not yet. Am I still live? Can you guys still hear me? It looks like I'm still live. I see what you mean with the lag. Hmm. I can hear you, but the screen is a little laggy. All right. Well, I did change the one setting, so I think I'll try it with that for a bit and see if that makes a difference. This is a new software I'm using to live stream, so it is a little bit of a learning curve, I think. Now it's working better. All right, good. This is the black and white levels. You get the entertainer playing in the background. It's public domain music, so I was able to use it. Moonbrook. Let's see what the pause screen looks like if anyone's interested. That just leads you back to the world map. This quits the game and saves your progress, that kind of stuff. Used to play the entertainer. That would be cool, I bet. Probably make a cool remix for this game, I bet. Old school bricks. Black and white farmhouse there. And the green brick right behind it. I tend to just jump over the mud when I can because it's a little slow. It's cool what you were able to draw. How did you do it? So basically, it depends on what it is for in the game. So some of the stuff I just drew in like this editor that they have, and it's kind of similar to a lot of drawing tools. It's a little more like by pixel, So I'd like draw something, it'd be you draw a bunch of pixels at once, kind of thing. There's other ways I did for certain things in the game that were, I'd have like a shape and I stretched the shape to a certain size and that kind of thing. I think I used three different um, kind of like photo editing softwares to make the game, so because they all offer something a little bit different. Like I did one for the backgrounds, that was its own one. Like the level art was a different one just for that. And then the regular things in the game, like the trees and the characters and stuff, were all its own one too. So I just kind of bounced around whatever, and just made it work. So this is one that I was really excited about. So there's this portal here, and so I'll just go through the portal and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So you go through this portal and you have like this real life background. So I recently went on vacation not too long ago, and I took some pictures on that vacation, and I kind of made some like real world levels for my game using those pictures. So these are pretty interesting. So let's start this first one here. So this is made by I think just maybe three pictures. I just used them kind of strategically and just kind of copied and pasted and mirrored them, that kind of thing. And I was gonna say, I'll make a whole level out of it. So for the most part, I think it works pretty good. There's a few parts like the scene there you can kind of see where the pictures line up. So it's very nice to see the mountains and the stone wall. And these were all from different places too. At the place where I took these pictures, it wasn't just all this shot. Like the stone wall was from its own picture, and the ground was from its own picture, and the background was its own picture. So it's pretty interesting as it's kind of able to mix and mash a bunch of them together to make this. It's the hardest green brick in the game. So let's see if I can get this. Oh, I got it! First try! So you actually have to jump over the goal to get this one. It's a bit cheap because you probably won't see it until you beat the level, but I guess it gives you a reason to replay it. But I probably will end up making that a little bit easier to get, just because that's a little annoying. But I was able to get it first try, so I was happy with that. It's a pretty tight jump to make that. Haven't seen these real world levels. That is so cool. Whoa, these are awesome. Thank you. Glad you guys like them. Yeah, green brick hanging out in the bush there. Yeah, so for some of the things in the game, like this log cabin, so a lot of the houses, buildings, characters, they all took a few hours each to do. So I think this log cabin was maybe 2 hours to draw that. The brick separator himself was a bunch of hours. A couple of things towards the end of the game. And actually, the final level, you'll see something that took me probably a couple of weeks to draw it all. It's kind of a lot. It was a lot of work, but you'll see that towards the end of the stream. See how we're doing on the level count. We got 16 of 25 levels and 17 of 25 green bricks. So the next one we have coming up is the space levels. We'll head over there. Oops, I went back in the same level. What are the enemies? Yeah, so the enemies are, so if you look closely, they're actually brick separators. So it's the actual piece that a lot of my game is based off of. So the characters, like even the name of the main character, the brick separator, is a play on this piece that's an official piece from Lego that takes apart bricks. So it's kind of an idea that I took. So like you look at the tail there for the brick separator. It is a brick separator, and then like his name is the brick separator. So kind of like he takes stuff apart. So a little bit of a fun little thing there. But those enemies you see are just the brick separators by themselves. So basically that piece that his tail is, except a whole character made out of it. So that's a little bit confusing when I say it like that, but it's all part of the same thing. If you look up brick separator online, then you'll get an idea of the piece I'm talking about. Bricks in space. Can't remember if it's back here or not. Nope. Looking for the green brick. Yeah, so one cool thing about this level is the background. So you got all the planets for one, but there's also actual constellations in the background. So you got a lot of like asteroids and kind of stuff in space. But then I have all these constellations are based on real constellations. So that was kind of a fun little detail that I added there. And there's also low gravity physics with this too, compared to the other levels. Got the cow there, because the whole cow jumped over the moon thing. Thought that was fun. You're a huge fan of space levels / video games. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with space just as an environment for, a setting for like a game. Plus the anti-gravity physics is always fun to mess around with. This one here. And the cow jumped over the moon, yep. So you see, there's a giant crater in this level. And also, if you look in the background, we have, you might not have noticed this last time, but Saturn wasn't in the background. That's because we were walking over Saturn's rim in the last level. But now we're on a different level, and Saturn is now part of the background again. So just a little bit small detail there for you. So fun thing I like to do is jump this crater all together. You can just make it. So now we have just a handful of levels left. So I'm gonna head to the underground because those are the levels that are left. Oh, and then we also have the underwater levels. I'll do that one first. Jump on an enemy's head. Yeah, so right now you can't do that. The only way to kill an enemy is to just throw a brick at them. But that is an interesting point you bring up. I could potentially add that. This is the underwater level. We start off with a little beach here. And this does have the anti or the low gravity physics in it too. Just like in the space level. It's the same kind of physics. And so another thing you'll see here, this is kind of a little bit of a tip, is you can kind of control the distance of where you throw the brick. So if you're holding down the run button, it'll throw it pretty far. But if you're not holding down the run button, it's throw a little bit closer to you. It's a little more straight down. So you see if I kind of alternate, you might see a little bit. You gotta look pretty closely, but there is a difference there. And it might help on some levels where like you're going down a hill, you might want to not hold the run button so it throws it a little bit lower. It's just a little slight thing there, but that is something that is a little tip. And here you can see the green brick over there, and there is a way to get to it. But you gotta come this way. You see this little hole in the ground. You drop down that hole and then go back. Also a timer on the upper right. So if that time runs out, you'll just die. It'll just be it. Game over. But the reality is it's kind of a lot of time, so you'd have to really spend a lot of time in a level before you even have to worry about that. Shipwreck over here. You can jump on that if you want. Got some sharks circling the top of it. So I'm actually going to use this little shortcut to go underground. So there's actually 3 different entrances to the underground. So you see it's 2 on the kind of the sides where it kind of slopes down like that, and then 1 in the middle of this cave I'm about to enter. So in the middle of this cave is where the final level and the secret level will appear. So when you unlock those, you get a little text pop up that says to head here. So there's a little shortcut to the underground. Then we'll start off with Secrets of the Underground. Fall down this mud pit. And there's a whole little village under here. So there'd be some kind of lore, I guess, to this. Kind of looking at a story to it. But there's not much of a story really at all right now in the game. The idea is actually, as far as the greater narrative goes, is these little cracks you see in the ground, like underneath me right now. So those enemies that you see are creating those cracks in the ground, and then eventually it's just kind of destroying the world. And we have to stop the Brick Destroyer. Who is just the main bad guy in this game, and he's trying to just destroy everything. So, and actually, if you beat the game and do come back to a level after that, then you'll get those crafts will just disappear because you were able to beat the game. That's the green brick there. Yeah, I am considering adding like cutscenes to this, kind of like sort of like if you've seen some of the stop motion style stuff in my channel. So not like a full stop motion, but like almost like little comic book pictures and kind of like a slide format. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now for that. Maybe just a couple. I could just do like one at the start, one at the end, maybe. Or I might do them, you know, progressively. Like, when I went to upload this game this morning, I did a little bit of a scare because I went to upload it. It's hosted on this website, so it's like through a browser, and it's on their servers. And apparently there was a 250 megabyte file size limit. And I found out my game was 358 megabytes, like over 100 more than what the max was. So that was pretty scary at first. But did I not get the green brick? Oh, yep. Yeah, I skipped it. We'll grab that. But yeah, so it was pretty scary with that. But I was able to just delete some of the unused stuff in my game, and it was able to get under at 250 megabytes. So crisis averted, but definitely a little bit stressful because I really wanted to release it for today, for the anniversary. Lava lake here. Still lagging at all? See if I can see after this level if there's anything I can do with that. It's hard to tell what's really causing it because the game itself is lagging, so I don't know if it's just because it's too many things at once or if it's, you know, something with the stream. But it could just be I have too many things running right now. It's fine for like 20 minutes. Oh, that's good. Well, I've had problems with past streams too, so it might not just be this. Whoops. Yeah, so if you fall in the lava, it sends you back here. Live stream working great now? Alright, good. It's working fine. I'll just leave it how it is though. Don't mess with it. Should be the last level before the final level. And then the secret level after that. Lava trouble. So one interesting thing is the, let's say if you remember the houses we saw on the world map. Um, Maybe I'll go show this after this level because it's kind of interesting. For one, they're all based on the brick separator and all the other main characters in the game. So it's kind of their houses. And this is the message that the final level is open. But yeah, so the houses they're all themed after the main characters. There's actually interiors I'm working on for them. So right now you can try to go into them, but nothing happens. Um, but I am working on a way you can just walk into their houses and maybe you'll find like collectible or something in there. Um, but yeah, so it's pretty fun. I do have a lot of references thrown into that. And specifically the brick separator's house is a lot of references to my channel in there, just because I felt it made sense. But yeah, you'll see these houses they get. Speed separator, tall separator, you see the door is the cutout is of his size, just because he needs a bigger door to fit. Saw that and you really like the brick separator's house? So good. I'm glad you like it. And so we got the quick separator, the spikes on there. And I try to include some of their attributes in there too. So like the chains from the brick separator are on his house there. So yeah, so it's kind of fun. But yeah, I'm hoping those will be fully explorable at some point. Alright, here we go to the final level. This is one of my favorites in the game. And it did take quite a bit to do. So hopefully people like it. Get some intense music to fit the theme right now. You can see as you go through it, this level kind of includes bits and pieces from all the other ones, because everything's just kind of been destroyed. Those cracks we saw earlier have just kind of taken their full effect here, and this is just kind of all that's left. Here we go. So let's see here. I actually think I'll show this now, but this is what I was referring to about the part that took the longest. It's these buildings. So I actually recreated my entire city block. So this is like my main row of buildings in my city, my real life city, and this took a long time to make. Like a lot of these buildings took anywhere from 2 to 4 hours each. So it took a long time to do, and I'm glad with how it came out, but definitely it was a lot of work. Probably the most work in the game for drawing goes, as far as that goes. That's the brick destroyer over there. Final boss time. So he has similar abilities to the brick separator. He can throw bricks. He kind of follows him a little bit, walks back and forth. The health bar is in the bottom. So you kind of gotta jump his attacks. That's kind of how you dodge it. And one thing that's interesting is if you get close to him, he actually uses those separator guys from before, the brick separators. So those are the enemies that are throughout the game. And he kind of uses them to attack. He tries to separate you. Now I gotta focus in here because I'm in trouble. Half health. This is epic. Get the rain going on in the background too. Subtle effect. And that's it. We beat him. And so that's it for the game. So this is the credits here. So I kind of so I'm the only one that made the game. The only one that worked on it by myself. So I kind of figured I'm gonna make this into something funny and just do variations of my name. So I'm not a narcissist. This is not a narcissistic Finn, but just kind of a funny Finn, meant as a joke. But yeah, so it was a fun little. Then you got the characters on the left and right, just fading in and out. And yes, the Brick Destroyer, he does have a lot of health. Kind of makes it more intense and raises the stakes. There's just a little bit of a message for people that helped me with feedback, and people that will probably help me with feedback too, as I get some feedback on the game now that people are playing it publicly. And so that's it for the main game at least. But if I go back in, we have a secret level left to do. But one thing you'll see first here is on the save data screen, it no longer says 0 for everything. It's filled in. So we got 25 of 25 green bricks. So we got them all now. 24 of 25 levels because there's one secret level left. And then 98%, which is just the sum of the two, the percentage of those two statistics there. So we'll go back in. The secret final level is now open. So it's literally just straight across from the other one here. And this one's called Emerald Bricks. So you see it has the same green brick aesthetic across the whole level. And this is kind of meant as a final send-off to the game. So this is pretty difficult. It's supposed to be kind of a test of the skills you've learned throughout the game. And so in this one, I've had to do it a bunch of times, but I still get caught up on a few parts. So let's see if I can get this in one try or not. This one kind of incorporates bits and pieces from all levels too. That button on your way down to open the door. And you got the ceiling falling, like from that level early on. The pyramid. It's challenging, yeah. This part especially is pretty tricky. So you have these moving platforms. You have to like wait for them to get past, but then jump so you avoid the spikes. So it's pretty tricky to see how this goes. Yep, just like that. And I did it. So yeah, that's kind of how you do it. It's a little bit tricky, but yeah, it's pretty interesting once you get the hang of it. Some thin platforms to jump on. Bamboo. Yep. Some jumps that are just spread across good sized gap. And so the idea here is that you kind of jump on the other side of this. But you can just jump on the screen part here. There's no penalty for doing that. I'm not really sure what to do with that. Yeah, I could put the spikes there, but it might make it too tricky. But anyway, that's the idea, that you're supposed to jump on on the gray parts. And you get all the characters here at the end to kind of congratulate you on being the final level. And so that's it. So that's the whole game. Um, pretty pretty fun. At least there's a lot of work went into this. Go to the main menu here for this part. But but yeah, so this took me, I'd estimate maybe 400 hours, 400 to 500, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I worked on it over a year, nearly a year, so it took a lot of time. Probably, if I had to go back, I might not have started a project this big, just 'cause it was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun working on it. And I do think that this is something I'll keep coming back to try to improve. I still have a lot of ideas for things to add, um, and thank you in the chat. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of ideas still, things to add. Entire levels still that were not in the final game. Like I had a medieval themed level. It's like a whole castle theme, and that I just unfortunately just didn't have enough time to finish it because it's kind of a lot to it, the way I was trying to do it. But I'd like to add a jungle level too. That might be fun. Definitely the outfits I think would be a cool thing. Maybe a photo mode. A lot of games have a photo mode for some reason. Maybe that won't be too hard to implement. But overall, I'm really happy with how the game is. And probably going to take a little bit of a break for now, but I'll definitely be back at some point working on it. Yeah, and thank you again. And yeah, it's my 5th anniversary, so yes, it's been a long time I've been doing YouTube here. Don't do it as much as I used to, but yeah, it's always nice to come back every now and again. It's actually my first live stream I did in about 3 years. My first time I've even talked on camera in about a year and a half. My other videos have been recently have just been me not talking, more like just other type of stuff. Um, but yeah, so it's cool doing this. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Um, Yeah, and if you want to play the game yourself, you can play it on gd.games.com. Just search Brick Separator Adventures, or you can click the link that should be in the description of this video, this stream. But if not, I'll just add that, and I'll do it that way. And there's a bunch of other videos on my channel about this right now that have links to it. But either one of those work. But yeah, just yeah. So that's gonna do it for today, and thank you all for watching.